This will be mercifully short. I have in the past 48 hours received memes my from two MAGA friends making fun of Donald Trump with the whole Jesus thing. And at least a dozen other friends, and then people shared things with me. It's so my post yesterday that this is crossing the Rubicon, that this is creating something, that this is how he's going to be seen for the rest of all time. I'm standing by that. Let that go. Well, there's more to play out on this. Let that go. He continues to, like, yesterday he posted him with Jesus. Keep going, buddy. When you're digging a hole, the goal is to stop digging, and he just keeps digging. Thank you, Donald Trump. Okay. The thing I actually want to talk about today is the fact that I spent a good part of yesterday monitoring American media and how they are presenting what's going on here. And it is truly like both in the financial media and because I follow that normally. But following what is being presented as news of what's going on here in the Middle Eastern theater, the theater of war, is also rose-colored glass. Both have rose-colored glasses. The financial press is saying that all of the forecasts for earnings have remained stable. So if everybody's forecasting that earnings are remaining stable, then there's no reason for the stock market to go down. So that's why I've not seen the stock market go down. On the global theater, when it comes to things like oil, there's some optimism that if there really is a brokerage peace deal, then maybe oil can be ramped back up and everything's going to be great and blah 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 blah. And yeah, if everything works out perfectly, both things are true. I I am in the world of finance. I'm what's known as a perma bear. I can see the cloud in a sunny day. I'm a pessimist by nature when it comes to looking at stocks and financials. But being the cynic, being the pessimist when comes to things like this, I'm just looking at all these people in the financial world and the political world, and I am just like, how are you not seeing what I am seeing? The odds of things working out the way the media is saying things are going to work out in terms of politically here, that everything's going to be just fine, whatever. There's nothing that bears that to fact given the supply chain that's involved here. The fertilizer. Let's just take one issue. The fertilizer that farmers in Iowa and farmers across the world, as it is spring in most of the northern hemisphere, all of the northern hemisphere, it's spring. This is when you really need fertilizer, and the fertilizer is not going out. That's a fact. So therefore, the amount of crops that are going to be produced will be less simply by the fact that there will be less fertilizer. And yet, somehow or another, all the projections of, yeah, we'll still be able to have good crops. I mean, I'm following like corn and soybean futures in America. I, Everyone is wearing rose-colored glasses. So I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer here. Wah, wah, wah. I'm not trying to do that. But I'm also just absolutely amazed that people are not following what's really going on. And what's really going on here is the fact that um, very few tankers, very few large cargo ships are making it through the Strait of Hormuz. I looked for data for what happened yesterday. I couldn't find it. It's not published yet at the time I'm doing this video. But on Tuesday, four made it through. Four. One was a UAE tanker, and so that made headlines here. We had one come through. Let's be clear. Prior to the war, over 100 went through per day. So four getting through, that's not a woohoo. I, yeah. I'm having flashbacks of how I felt in 2008 when all the red lights are flashing everywhere and everyone's like, singing Kumbaya and everything is great. So this is titled Reality Check because I I either I live in an alternate reality or the rest of the world does. And this is where some people come along and wrap me up and put me in a padded cell and it'll all be okay, Steve. It'll all be okay. I hope you're all well. Talk to you tomorrow.